You're listening to Hump Day Radio. Three brothers, good music, real talk.
Now listen to me now. These boys got their thing together now. Now I tell you what now, that Johnny D come in shop now. Look here, I'ma listen to anybody shop like dressed like that, like me. I'm just getting it. Guess I gotta do that again. They say they ain't understand a damn thing I said. It's Hump Day Radio, baby.
Baby, you walk right. You smile and you talk right. Baby, you move right. Everything you do is right.
And you can tell them you got that from your Uncle Pimp.
Back at it again. Johnny D, Hump Day Radio.
I am, of course, your man, Sam Fortune, riding in on this horse.
You stay on that horse, don't you?
Hey, got a nice steed.
No doubt. Hey, yo, this is the one and only Bobo. And what is good, fellas?
A lot.
Word up.
Guess who we got back in the building?
Who that is?
Dedrick Russell.
Who was able to get him again? Wow, he must like
Thank
us.
you, thank you.
He's here.
Good people, good conversation.
Thank you.
This is what I wanted to say. You guys already know this, but he has not heard this. I used to watch Dedrick on WBTV, and I would see him, and I would, enjoy the way he would bring the story. He brings it to you, gives you the facts. He's good at what he does. That's why he's the education reporter. But you know how we make judgments in our head. Whether or not we know we're making a judgment, I had him placed in a certain area in my head, like he's a reporter. Blah, 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 blah. And then I go to work at WBTV, and I go to ride with Dedrick Russell. And the person that I meet out in the field
scenes,
was a totally different guy. When the camera is rolling, he's on his job doing what he has to do. Not saying that he's two different people. It's just, you said off air, it's just,
you got a job to do. And so, therefore, I don't want you to get so wrapped up in Dedrick Russell that you forget what the message Dedrick Russell is trying to get. Because if you do that, you'll miss something. You'll miss that, there's a public hearing going on about the student assignment if you get wrapped up in Dedrick Russell. So that's why I just keep it straightforward and let people know what is going on and let the public come up with their own decision. So I present both sides and let the public come up with their decision.
Right. And, I don't know if there's somebody that you watched on TV and you formed your perception of this person based on the way they present themselves on the screen. But it seems to happen every day all over America. We just had the angry black woman on the show, and she called Don Lemon and Uncle Tom on CNN.
Live TV.
On live TV.
TV, right.
Now, Don Lemon is not so much a reporter as much as he is a commentator, I guess.
Exactly. And when he was a reporter, he was like that. We were taught in journalism that it's not about us. We are not the story. The story is the little Johnny. And so that's where we need to put the focus on, is the person, the story we're talking about. So it's not about me. So that's why, when you see people, you have a misconception about who they really are, because, when the lights turn off and the camera stop rolling, we're people too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we like to have a good time too.
Yeah, laughing, joking.
We like that too. But when it comes to the assignment of the day, my story is to let you know, to tell somebody else's story, because they're the ones who need the help.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone responded to you or said something to you, and you, in your head, went back to the hood real quick? Oh, you got me messed up right now. I think you dealing with on-screen Dedrick Russell right now.
Yeah,
well, let me tell you something.
That has happened, because they were just attacking me. And I was like, wait a minute. So I had to, and after I just laid out what I wanted to say, then, we were able to go forward. And then the other day, someone said, I was talking to someone, and they said, you really are a nice person, but, I don't get that on camera, But you really are a nice person when they sit down and talk to me. So, but it's all in the day's work.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes you do got to take them. You got to remind them.
Right. Yeah.
You got to remind them because
I'm from DC.
Yeah.
Right.
They
especially when they say foolishness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When people say foolishness and they believe a lie, then I was like, hold up, let's let me take you to school real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to be like, cut the cameras, cut the cameras, and correct somebody?
No.
Okay. I hope you never have to do that.
Because I need proof.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because they can say,
Smart.
"Oh, he said this, he said that." No,
Yeah.
no. Let's roll the tape.
Yeah, Ruben gonna keep rolling. Is that still your man?
Ruben, I don't work with him every day, but we do. We just got finished working up a 3-part series, and I worked with him, so that'll be coming out starting this week on WBTV on Thursday, talking about the suspensions rate in CMS. Last year, CMS suspended almost 13,000 black boys compared to just under 1,200 white boys.
Wow.
That's how you know it's a disparity. They don't know how to deal with the temperament of black boys and black girls in these schools. They don't. And their answer is suspend them, kick them out.
Right. Exactly.
Do we know what the ratio is as far as the percentage that are black?
Well, see, the last check is like around 44% black and maybe like 30% white, something like that. But still, even though African Americans outnumber the whites in CMS, still when they're being suspended, that amount,
Yeah.
It's something wrong.
Yeah.
13,000 compared to just under 1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
that's-
around 12,500, almost 13,000, and then it's just under 1,200 white male students.
Wow.
What do you say to the listener who says, well, they deserve, if they deserve to be suspended? Because you have some people who they don't realize, like Johnny was talking about earlier, you got a bunch of people who don't know how to deal with these people.
Right.
And when I say these people, us, they don't know how to deal with the attitude of a young black male,
Well,
he'll get suspended for this, but had it been someone else dealing with that situation,
Right.
it would have been solved and wouldn't have led to a suspension.
And that's where the training comes in. So people with their implicit bias. So, so when we talk about insubordination and aggressive behavior, so, as a black teacher or something like that, what I consider aggressive somebody else, a white teacher, may think it is aggressive, and I may say it's not aggressive. So therefore, we have to be able to tell the difference. I was talking to James E. Ford, former CMS teacher, North Carolina Teacher of the Year, and he was telling me that when he was in this classroom, he said that he knows teachers who got students in trouble because they didn't participate in class. They may have had their head on the desk, and the teachers called that insubordination and got the kid in trouble, where if that happened at another teacher, the teacher wouldn't have written him up for insubordination.
Right.
So, it's our implicit bias, and that's where the training has to come in, so you'll be able to learn how to deal with that. If the student is wrong, wrong is wrong, and they should be corrected for it. But, that insubordination, aggressive behavior, things like that, but when those numbers are startling. So something is not happening when you have numbers like that.
To me, that just creates what the larger audience is doing to the perception of black men and black boys, that we're perceived as a criminal element, or that we are aggressive and always looking for a fight and don't know how to do this. That is actually every day. That is the perception that a lot of white people get.
How can we change that?
I have no clue.
We've had this discussion that I don't know because so many people are born into that, they don't even see it. There are white people who don't see it and who don't get it, who they really feel like it's easiest, to just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you're going to be fine.
Right.
They don't see all the other systematic mechanism in
The
place
programming, the TV shows, the
at every
movies.
level is going to hinder some of that.
Right.
Because some of the hardest workers, they work their tail off and still won't make it to certain statuses in
Because
society.
then you got that school to prison pipeline.
Yes.
Because if you tell that third grader that he's nothing but trouble, then he's going to come in his mind like, well, maybe I am nothing but trouble, so I'm going to go, and then you end up in prison.
What I just seen something on Facebook. This has nothing to do with education, but it was saying that they had, I think it was 9 out of 13 white medical students
Oh,
thought
saw
that black people felt less pain than white people.
our nerve endings
Yeah.
were less sensitive.
And I mean, they had these different questions, and they said 9 out of 13 white
Right.
folks checked one of those questions. All of them were false.
that
and
we
they at
have
least-
a higher
yeah.
tolerance.
So you see,
Pain,
that just
yeah.
goes. What I'm saying that is because what of Johnny D just said, that some people just don't get it. They, like he said, they're born into this, and they just don't get it. They don't see. They don't see the whole. The whole
how they've been
class.
programmed
Yes.
to view us.
But they don't have to.
Wow.
So we can't, in essence, we can't fault them. They were born into it. It's everywhere. Everything that they see is about their privilege, and they don't have to deal with that issue. They don't have to daily deal with the systematic things that are in place.
Yeah,
they
but-
don't.
but
They see it every now
yeah.
and then. Sometimes they'll see it. There are those who do see it and know, like, man, that's messed up. But then they start thinking about, but I got this nice house, this nice job, so that's terrible, but I got to go to work. Me and Bob, hey, Bob, you want to go to the hit the golf course today? I mean, seriously. To where they don't have to deal with it. We don't have that luxury.
Right.
We have to deal with it every day. Every day we wake up in some form or fashion. We get slighted, and it happens so subconsciously sometimes that we just let it go like it's nothing. Something as simple as walking across the street. You may have a suit on. Women start locking their doors just because they see you with a suit and you're a black man, and they perceive you as aggressive
Right.
and that you're some kind of criminal element.
Yeah. Something has to change. Something
Yeah.
has to change.
Most definitely, something needs to change ASAP.
Don't touch that dial. Don't change the station.
Sam Fortune, DJ Johnny D, the one and only Bobo.
These guys are incredible.
You know how we do it.
Word up, yo.
Word
up.
Man, that's
It's crazy out this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
To the 10th power.
Who you is?
Sounds to me like it's Hump Day Radio. No.
Prince is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Prince is dead.
Been cremated
Times
and
are
everything.
changing.
times are changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an era gone, buddy.
Yeah. With good music.
Yeah. Michael is gone. Whitney is gone. Prince is gone.
And you know what I was thinking about, those three musicians or artists that you just named, even though they had a big entourage, millions of fans, each one of them died alone. You know?
That's
Prince died in the elevator, Whitney Houston died in the bathtub, and Michael Jackson died in the bed. They all died alone. So, that just had me wondering,
that's eerie that you just
you
said
die you die alone.
because
you know?
Michael. There's a video of Michael Jackson saying, "Why are all of the best black entertainers dying broke and alone?" Michael Jackson said that
Yeah.
in a press conference.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't broke, but he
No.
was definitely alone.
NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, we had our convention, our NABJ 40th convention in Minneapolis this past summer in August. And we got the call from Prince's place and said that he wants to invite all the black journalists to Paisley Park for a night to party. So we got on the bus and we went to Paisley Park, and I was there, and it was just a great experience, not knowing what would happen.
Right.
That's why it's so much of a greater experience. And about 10 black journalists had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Prince, and had an interview with him. And they said that they talked for him about 45 minutes.
Wow.
He answered every question. He talked about his faith, Jehovah's Witness. He talked about the Freddie Gray situation, the Baltimore, the case with the police, police in Baltimore. He was concerned about that. And he talked about, him with his battle with record companies. So he was very open and honest, and we were very grateful that he was able to do that. And when you go to Paisley Park, there were no cameras, no phones, none of that is allowed there. No alcohol is served there. It's just water, energy drinks served there. And, it was just so wonderful because we were there. They had good DJ, but it was so wonderful that people weren't worried about taking selfies,
Yes.
checking Twitter, checking Facebook. Everybody was forced to have a good time and just live in that moment. And that was a moment I will never forget, because just being at Paisley Park. And then he came out on stage and he talked to us and addressed us and said that, if I knew you guys were coming, I would have, had my band here and we would have played. His band was out of town and things like that. But just for him to just honor us like that is just shows what a great guy.
That's a beautiful thing.
And he was well aware of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Very well aware.
Yes. It's a very smart man. Very smart man.
I saw an interview with him and he said, it was like, why Minnesota? Why? He said, I'll never move out of Minnesota. He says, the cold weather keeps the evil people away. This is what he said. He said, the cold weather keeps the evil people away. Because think about it, L.A., the paparazzi, they're out there and they're looking for people to come in the airport. Nobody's hanging out in Minnesota. It gets cold and a lot of snow.
Yeah.
You're not going to have paparazzi sitting out all over Minnesota.
That's smart.
So, so he said that's why he stayed there.
He was doing a lot of Illuminati talk. I don't know if you saw any of these videos that have been surfacing about the theories or whatever, but he was talking about chemtrails. And what do you think about chemtrails, Dedrick Russell? Do you have any opinion on chemtrails whatsoever?
You got me.
No?
No.
Okay. You don't know anything about them?
Chemtrails?
Chemtrails. Yes. The jets fly over and leave these the trails, the little white trails that you see. They're saying that has what is it? Metal?
Barium.
Yeah.
Magnesium
and making people sick.
Look up in the morning. Look up in the morning.
Up.
Yeah, look up in the morning.
That's
your assignment. Wow. We just gave you an assignment.
You did. That was breaking news. How long has that been going on?
It's been going on for years.
Decades.
Really?
Yeah, there's a conversation Prince is having with somebody, Arsenio or
I think it's Tavis
Smiley,
Tavis
where he's
Smiley.
saying planes fly over, everybody in your neighborhood starts arguing, and you don't know why.
Dick Gregory has talked about it. Oh, it's just look up in the morning. Just start looking up in the sky. People don't look up enough. They're everywhere. They're all the time, and it's constant.
People say that people who talking about it are cuckoo because they just think you're cuckoo and you're a conspiracy theorist.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. But yet, still, little Johnny still can't read and write.
Exactly. Right.
So
I'm saying that I get all that, but we just need to make sure that we focus on making sure little Johnny knows how to read and write.
I agree.
After they graduate from high school, So so it just depends on our priorities. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Chemtrails. K-I-M.
No. CHEM.
Chemical.
Oh, Kim, gotcha. Kim, okay, then gotcha.
Like chemical.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, see, we used to talk about things like that, like HARP. You never heard of HARP?
HARP?
No.
HAARP. The ability to control the weather. You ever heard of that theory?
I'm busy reporting about CMS.
I see, and you do quite well with it.
Yes, you do.
So
I got to do my research.
Check out HARP. Check out chemtrails.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
So, but anything proven with the chemtrails, or is that just?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Proven with the chemtrails, proven with HARP as well. It sounds absurd.
Right.
It sounds absurd.
Right.
For somebody to just canvas it and just say, "Hey, HARP is blah 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 blah," but if you look it up and start checking it out, you can't ignore facts.
This is true.
It is true. You go to the barbershop and talk about HARP, they're going to say the same thing. What? But when you explain it to them, within 30 seconds, somebody has become a professional on they controlling the weather. Look at what they did over there in India. Yeah.
They controlling the weather.
Controlling the weather. It sounds absurd.
Manipulating. That's what
manipulating the weather.
Yeah. Manipulating the weather. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out here. There's the 9/11 conspiracy theories. There's so many types of theories that we've discussed. People don't like to talk about it. Some people do like to talk about it. We're some of the people who like to talk about it.
Right. Gotcha.
Sometimes when we think the government is out to get us. I think like the education. I think that it's mayhem because they want it to be. They don't want to teach you anything. They want you smart enough to run their machines and too stupid to quit.
Why do you think they don't teach you about financing? Why do you think they don't teach kids in school as a requirement about finance and about credit, about loans, about all the things that you're going to need eventually. They don't balancing checkbooks. They don't teach you about none of that.
Yeah, when I was in school, they called that life skills.
Yeah.
They called that life
They
skills.
took all the trades
Yeah.
types
But-
stuff out.
But that's where the parent and the community, that's where they come in. You know, people, if the community, parents, if they've really looked and investigated what CMS and whatever school district you're in, what the school district is teaching the kids, and take an active part in that, they can make a whole lot of change.
Yeah.
Change can happen overnight if you show up to the school board meeting, know your school board representative. You know, some people
Yeah.
don't even know the school board representative. They don't know the school board chair. They don't know the superintendent's name. But you need to have all of that in all of those ingredients in order
You
to
do.
affect
you,
change.
you know, I hear what you're saying, but I always got to play devil's advocate.
Uh-huh.
How can you do all that when you're trying to provide
Survive.
food on your table? It's just, I mean, that's just real.
And-
that's just real. I
Well,
mean,
you know what? With the technology we have today, do you know you get emails on your phone? So if I'm sitting at my
Yeah.
desk or in the grocery store, I can shoot Miss Becky an email and said what is on the assignment today. They got Power School where you can
Yes.
go on your phone everywhere and figure out what little Johnny's assignment is today. So even though I understand people have to work all shifts, but this social media and this smartphone has really opened up a door where there should be no excuse.
Well,
because
see,
parents
yeah,
do parents do what they want to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if mama wants to get her hair done, mama's going to get her hair done.
Yeah,
If
that's
father wants to get his hair cut, no matter if he's working 24 hours a day, he's going to make sure he gets his hair cut. So parents can do what they really want to do.
Here's my deal. We say we got to make sure little Johnny can read. They still teaching Johnny to read, but what he's reading is that Columbus discovered America.
Right.
And that's where we come in. It's like, we have a segment called BS History Lessons
Yes.
and Fake Santa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
so,
again, that's where the community and the parent comes in. You can't rely on the school district to do it all. When they come home, you're going to have to do your part too.
absolutely.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
our parents did it, so, and that's where the family unit comes in. And that's really important. The extended family, the family unit has to come together because it worked back in the day when everybody came together. And when we come together, we are a force to be reckoned with. When
I
we are
agree.
split up and doing this and doing that, we can be defeated. But if we come together with the same mind, the same likeness, we can affect change immediately.
Yeah, but I do believe that there's a calculated attack on the family
To separate.
to separate. There's a calculated.
So we could be defeated.
yeah.
Yes.
You know
And-
what I mean?
Yeah,
And
so I
it's
mean,
worth
Talking about a conspiracy
Yes.
theory,
Yeah,
you know,
that's not even
you
a
know.
conspiracy theory. That's a fact.
Right.
That's a
Actual.
fact.
So
you can see that.
So what are we going to do to make sure that does not work?
Bring the love back, man.
I don't know. That's the $1 million
You know
question.
what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
it's a whole bunch of $1 million questions.
It's so funny.
though.
We know the problem. We know what's attacking us. We know we know all of that. But yet and still, what are we going to do with that information?
To be honest, it's hard to talk to some of these little. I want to
Right.
Look, it's hard to talk to some of these little fools. Just to be honest with you, it's so far gone from these people being convinced that they should be what they see in music videos, and where if you're not that, you're lame. It's hard to talk. It's like now we live in a day and age where it's basically you just got to fend for yourself and your immediate. You can only control, and you can't even control that, your little circle. Because if you try to do something on a larger scale, if you do actually start making progress and you get a big enough voice and a big enough following where it becomes like, oh, this person can affect change, you get a bullet to the noggin or you get found dead somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that it's really that serious. On one hand, it's as simple as we need to do this, make sure he can read, make sure we teach him how to behave. But on the larger scale, if we really want to come together, like you said, together we are super powerful.
Super.
But
And they know
everybody who's tried to make us come together or who look like they were about to accomplish that, they're gone.
Gone.
So
They've been taken out.
So we need to look at what went wrong because
Success.
no challenge. So we should not let that challenge get in the way from us not doing what is right. I think that we need to come up with that strategy. We need to stick with that strategy because it's worked in the past. One thing as African Americans, we have history on our side. We have history on our side. And when, we no longer have to sit in the back of the bus, we can vote. So we have history on our side where people, our forefathers have affected change. And we are here today. You are able to have a radio show because of what has been done in the past.
Right.
So we need to use that history and use that strategy in order to come out either with a new strategy or stick with that strategy in order to make things better for everybody.
I agree.
We do. But like I'm kind of like Sam. Where do we get it so that we all can come together and see the same vision? How do we get, because in order to pull that off, the person who steps ahead or spearheads this has to be willing to pay for that with their life. Has to be at least willing and understand that trying to do that, a price can be paid. Now, even if it's not a physical life, it can be a financial life that can be destroyed.
Yeah.
Or a
let's
reputation that can
shed
be.
light on what you're really saying.
Right.
What you're really saying is this year you will not be allowed to suspend 13,000 black students. You will not be allowed to suspend. And what do we have to do to make it happen? Every time one of them is getting suspended, we got a squad of black people showing up.
Yes.
Right.
Get back in that school.
Yeah, immediately.
Exactly.
Go back into
Exactly.
school, and y'all better teach him.
Right. And we're not saying that if you want to affect change in CMS that somebody's going to shoot you.
No.
But we're saying if you show up 10,000 deep, like what did he get suspended for? And we decide that that's not something that should be a suspension.
gonna
He's
change.
going back down the school hallway.
Strategy number one. That's a good strategy.
What they going
Yeah.
Man, do you know what
Yeah.
they're
That's a
going to do?
strategy. What are they going to do? I mean,
Helicopters coming, and
Yeah.
WBTV
Yeah.
going to have a helicopter above those helicopters
Right.
But
shooting
what
it
I'm
saying,
saying-
we're
but
coming
what
to
I'm-
you live.
But what I'm saying, with social media and things like that stuff will go viral and things will change. Things will change. Just like with HB2. You found HB2, people getting on that, and now people pulling away. So things can happen when people come together.
Okay, so we need a committee. We asked the question, what do we do to bring the
There you
change?
go, there you go.
Okay, let's start the committee.
Start the
Yeah.
The
committee.
I'm with
suspension
that.
committee.
There you go.
The rightfully suspended
There you
committee.
go. There you go. That's good.
And you got the inside track.
That is good.
The next black student that gets suspended, we need to show up.
There you go.
I'll
There you
ride
go.
with you
I'll
that day.
go
There you
with what you do,
I
yeah.
like that. I like
Yeah.
So you get all the PTAs in those schools.
Yep.
You contact all the PTA presidents and you say you keep track of who's suspended. Tell the parents if little Johnny or Susie gets suspended, you let us know and we're going to see if there was implicit bias or if something is wrong. And if something is wrong, we're going up to the school. We're going to the school board meeting. We're going to sign the public comment form and
Yep.
we're going to talk and we're going to get it on TV. We're going to get it in the newspaper because we're going to stop this.
Because they don't want them cameras and stuff on that. No.
So
Now,
yeah.
I also say we go visit, since we've been using the name Lil Johnny, we should go visit him first.
Right.
Because we might show up at the house and discover, yep, he got suspended for the I don't know what he did.
But he did.
But
He
little
did
Johnny
some-
can change. Little Johnny can change. He can turn
Oh yeah,
his
he
life
can change.
around.
He can change,
can
but
turn
Yeah, Lil Johnny
But
might
Lil
meet
Johnny
you at
off
the
the
door
chain,
with
yeah.
a pistol.
Right.
Like I'm chilling. I'm playing the 3-6. Y'all trying to get me back in school?
Like, I'm good, homie.
But yeah, we do the investigation. We go to Little Johnny's house because sometimes Little Johnny acts up because he thinks no one cares about him, and the only
Yeah.
time he can get some attention if he acts out in school.
Now, that is
but
true.
if we give Little Johnny attention just for saying, "Hey, you got an A, you got a B, you're trying in math," then maybe he won't act out so much in school.
Yeah,
It's called strategy. We got to do it. Got to keep on doing it.
I'm down
I'm
with
down.
starting.
All right,
Yeah.
then. The
with
committee.
starting the anti-suspension
Committee.
committee.
Yeah, 'cause
we
those
got to get some
numbers-
theme music
yeah.
and stuff like
We
that.
got to
Yeah.
get everything going on.
Hip hop, you the hip hop.
Well, we might not want to use hip hop. They might start twerking and forget the whole message Forget the whole message,
The
man.
suspension committee. Now, if you want to join the suspension committee, who they need to call?
They can call Sam.
Okay, call Sam.
They
Sam,
can
You can
man.
reach out to humpdayradio@gmail.com.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Word
talking
up.
about. Let's do this. Let's do
On the
this.
scene.
For sure. Well, then we need to stop. We need to end this show so we can start on that.
It's Hump Day Radio.
Frankie and Johnny were sweethearts, y'all. At least that's the way the story goes, y'all. Now Frankie bought everything for Johnny from his
This is Johnny D.
I'm Sam Fortune.
And the one and only Bobo.
Keep up with us at WordPress,
Hump Day Radio.
Facebook,
Hump Day Radio.
YouTube,
Hump Day Radio.
or just Google.
Hump Day Radio.
I mean, really, it's that simple.
and said, you know, I wouldn't tell you no lie, girl. But I saw your man riding in that Cadillac with a chick named Nellie Bly. Oh, he was a man, all right. Let me tell you, he was doing you wrong. Lord, let me tell the story. Frankie